My guest is Judy Fyfe from St. Vincent de Paul. Good to see you.
Good to be back again. Always fun.
Always fun. How's the building coming along?
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah?
It's coming. Things are happening. You'll start to see some changes.
Okay.
For the longest time, it was the structure up with orange tarping. And I'm optimistic that in the next few weeks, we're going to see a lot kind of happening. It was like the bottleneck's been cleared. So we'll have the panels up for the outside, and then the windows can go in, the roof can go on, and then all the interior finishes can start. And I know the lads that have been working at it, lads and some of the ladies as well, they're eager to move on to their next projects. It's been going on a while. So we're all in pretty good spirits, thinking, okay, we can start to see the end coming, which is good.
Yeah, it's when you can start to visualize, because before it's even hard to imagine space and everything, but then, once you get the walls and the partitions up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say this Kingston community, the business community, has been overwhelmingly supportive. And I don't want to specifically point out right now any companies, but we have a lot of things that are being donated, and it was especially in the finishing part of the project. And that is helping us out so very much, because keeping those costs down are really key at this point.
Because I bet there's other places you could spend the money.
Well, right, there always is. We're trying to deal with the high cost of food, and we're seeing so many more people. Of course, we had the peak in the midst of COVID, and then it sort of settled down, and we've just seen a steady climb over the last few months. Earlier in the year, we averaged 176 meals a day, and now we're up to 205.
Yeah, that's great. I don't know, how do you plan for that?
I gotta tell you, I'm a blessed woman, because I work with some incredibly skilled people, and our meal program coordinator, Gareth Hewitt, is so calm and so able to just roll with the punches. And I always challenge people to imagine having a dinner party where you didn't know if you were going to serve 20 people or 200 people. Because that's what every day is like.
Every day.
It's never as low as 20. But it could be as low as 150, or it could be as high as 300. We don't know on a given day. So it takes a lot of skill, a lot of patience, and a lot of course, knowledge and experience to be able to pull that off with such grace. What
do they do to make, that the numbers keep coming and they're trying to stretch? How do they, what are some of the tricks they use?
Well, I think some of it is having things on offer like soup, and of course it's seasonal. It depends on, if it's too hot, we won't be serving soup, but things like chili and soups can often be stretched just by adding more. And so that's a neat trick to use. And if it's, sandwiches, it's just you realize, we're out much sooner than we thought, we better keep making them. And then also always having those backups. Maybe the people who come at the tail end of the meal service don't get the same thing as the people at the beginning, but everybody leaves fed.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
That's our commitment.
That's the main thing, and they've had some socializing, some time to
Absolutely.
see and talk to other people, get them out of their own homes and into some.
Well, I'll tell you, we had a wonderful donation of a couple of beautiful picnic tables. And what a difference that has made, especially now with the warmer weather. People are able to sit down together. Now, it's in our parking lot, and it's a little bit sad, but people don't care. They're so glad to see each other and just to have a little, I'll call it fellowship around the meal. And it's just lovely to see that as we head into those warmer months where people can be outside a bit.
Yeah, for sure. Will that be at the new place as well?
So we'll offer takeout, because some people, it just makes more sense for their family.
Sure.
And we don't want to deny them that. However, we're really hoping people will stay, because we want to create that sense of community we had pre-COVID. And it is a beautiful dining room. I'm convinced people will want to stay, because it's quite lovely. And hopefully then we'll be able to have that connection restored that was a bit lost, because when you have to stand outside in the cold for your food, and then there's no place to sit down to eat it, it's been a struggle. And so to be able to connect like that again is so welcomed.
For sure. The new place is how many square feet?
Good question. So we've created a building of 15,000 square, actually I think it's 16,000 square feet. Wow. And 10 of it has been just used for our services currently.
Gosh.
We've got another 5,000 square feet available. We've looked at renting it out. It's tricky though, because the cost of building everything has gone up so much since we started this project that to finish it and be able to charge enough rent to compensate us for the cost of finishing the interior has been a bit problematic. We wanted to make it available to other like-minded agencies, but of course they're in the same boat we are, which you don't want to spend a lot of money on your rent or your building costs. So it's a bit of a struggle right now, and only because the math changed. You know, COVID changed so very much, and that was one of the things that we didn't really factor in until we started looking at what is it going to cost to finish each space, and are we going to be able to rent it. So we're toying with the ideas of what will we do. Here's the thing, I know that we can use the space. We've got so many ideas for programming, and we've got a community that's also really supportive. So we'll just kind of leave it undefined for now.
Yeah. Now, the building is, where's it located?
The corner of Bagot and Charles.
What was there before?
So right across the street from where we're actually building was where the old Bennett's No Frills grocery store was.
Okay.
And I believe where we're building was a bit of a warehouse and parking lot.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some history there for people who've been around Kingston a while. I remember my mom, who's 88 now, talked about when she lived in Kingston going to the Bennett's grocery store. So it had been around for a while when she was a young woman.
Yeah, and when I moved here, it was still there. They were just building the new one when I moved here. So I think I was in there once or twice.
Once or twice before it closed.
But I do remember, yeah, that's the area.
Well, and it sat empty for all of those years.
Yeah, I guess it did.
And so I'm glad that that land's going to be used to serve the community. Certainly for the people who come for a meal and for the services and programs we'll offer, but also just to have the opportunity for other agencies to come and use space as they may need. Sometimes it's a boardroom or maybe just a place to gather. Our dining room can seat 120 people. And so that might be of use to other agencies who maybe don't have that collective space.
Or even just a special meeting or something where they want to serve food or something like that. There's all kinds of ways you can make a little extra money on the side on something like this.
Sure. First and foremost, we want to serve the community. The community has been so good to us. And so if there's use that needs to happen during our service hours, we have no intention of charging.
Yeah.
If it's after hours, we just want to recoup our costs. And so that way, this will be truly a community center that benefits all.
And so you're going to have like the meal service.
Yes.
And then a pantry as well?
Right now it's called the Emergency Food Pantry. We think we'll pivot to what's more of a social market. Okay. Same concept though, food's for free, no qualifying criteria. We're just setting up the design and layout of it now. I'm hoping people to be able to come in and just shop for their food. Choosing your food is so much more dignified and good for the soul.
Rather than a generic box and things that you're not going to use. You're just not going to,
and having the ability to choose what you serve your family, I think is really important.
For your dignity and all the rest.
Absolutely.
No one asked to be put in this position.
That's right.
And,
well, and we all can use a little help sometimes. So even if you only come in a few times a year, we want you to be able to enjoy the experience.
No, I get it. And you'll have clothes and furniture, all kinds of things that people could.
Absolutely.
So you need money. You always need money. You need money. You need volunteers.
Always volunteers, especially as we transition from 85 Stevens Street to the new facility. We will be moving back into at the table service. So people won't come in and line up.
Right.
That will come to an end, thank goodness. People will sit down and someone will come up and will serve them their food, and it will be a labor-intensive endeavor, however, just like it was before COVID.
And you'll provide some training, and no prior experience in restaurant is needed.
No,
just someone who wants to
smile on your face and a big heart. That's all we ask.
That's all anybody can ask. Really appreciate you coming in today.
Oh, a pleasure. A pleasure.
Good seeing you as always.